You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
And good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? We are starting the morning off with nice, quiet, foggy conditions around parts of East Tennessee this morning. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Saturday was a little bit on the stormier side. Sunday, yesterday, turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day. We'll talk about some Witcher's Adventures coming up here in just a few minutes. But first things first, I want to start you off with the rainfall that we've seen over the last 24 hours across the area. Let me switch that camera there. All right, so we didn't really see much in the form of rain. We had a couple of showers starting to fire across parts of the western Cumberland Plateau, western southern. Yesterday evening, that was about the extent of it. Barely creeping near the Pikeville community. But other than that, we saw some nice rain-free conditions. So it was nice to see the sunshine. We did have a nice average day as well. We made it to 88 degrees in Knoxville, 92 Chattanooga, 86 degrees in Tri-Cities. And again, no rainfall. So we started the month off with 2 above average days, and then we trended a little bit more average Saturday and Sunday. However, that's about to change. And when we talk rainfall, remember on Thursday, the first day of the month, we picked up 1.82 inches of rainfall. That was a daily rainfall record, and that was half of our entire month's worth of rainfall on average. On average, we get about 3.63 inches of rainfall for the month of August. Right now, we're sitting at 2.33 inches thanks to August 1st and that 1.82 inches. So we've seen already a lot of rain around the area, but it's going to be trending drier now for quite some time. So rainfall accumulation over the last 24 hours just really wasn't much. With satellite and radar, looking great. Nice sunrise taking shape here around town. We'll show you what it looks like from Union County here this morning. As we take you to Maynardville, we do have some patchy, dense fog showing up there in Maynardville. Not necessarily the case, a ton of fog anyways from the East Tennessee weather camera, but definitely some fog around town here this morning. All right, so when you look at the fog, we do have the thickest fog across the Cumberland Plateau, Union County, and across the mountains of East Tennessee over into North Carolina. So if you have travel plans, you may run into a little bit of dense fog, and that may grow a little bit more as we head through the next, hour or two. But no dense fog advisory like we had yesterday morning. All right, 60s and 70s. To get the day started, so nice, quiet, and mild. We've got a ridge of high pressure that's kind of just nudging. You can see how it's just like nudging. See the red arrows, how they just kind of nudge over into East Tennessee. So that's going to keep us on the hot side for the day today and likely the day tomorrow and probably Wednesday as well. But what we are talking about is Hurricane Category 1 Hurricane Debbie is getting ready to make landfall. One of our Witcher weather watchers is actually down in Indian Rocks Beach, I should say, Florida. Let me take that full for you. And again, this is Brent Butcher. He's a Witcher weather watcher, and he's down there with his family, his wife. And he said, man, he goes, it was beautiful. The the ocean was nice and glass-like and calm during the early morning hours. And then yesterday evening, he sent this to me and said, it has gone downhill quickly all day. He said the waves are about 6 to 8 feet. And again, they're talking about the possibility of some coastal flooding there, although they're way south of Tampa and way south of where the storm is actually taking place. So they've had some of those outer bands moving on through. We've already had some tornado warnings down there, but looks like Brent and his wife are going to be doing just fine. So let's go ahead and talk about the latest future track of the storm system, because there are a lot of unknowns with this system. And one of the unknowns is where it's going. If you look at the spaghetti models, which is a ton of like tropical models that they pinpoint like a storm track, they're all over the place. And so the National Hurricane Center has a very, very large cone of uncertainty as we get into the middle latter part of the week. Where does it go? Because it looks like it could stall out. And if it stalls out, that's going to bring in incredible amounts of rain. It already is going to be incredible amounts of rain, but the slower this thing moves, or the more it stalls out, the more it's going to bring in flooding concerns, big-time flooding concerns across the southeastern coastline. This just takes us through 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see how cold front's going to swing its way into the area. The cold front's going to help to steer it, but again, could stall out somewhere along the southeastern coastline. Depending on how far west Debbie actually turns, really depends on how much rainfall we see Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday timeframe. But here's the Weather Prediction Center's forecast over the next 3 days. You can see where we're talking about copious amounts of water from Jacksonville, Florida, through Savannah, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Morehead City. That will continue over the next 5 days. And when you look at your 7-day rainfall outlook from Florida to the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast is where we're going to pick up the heaviest rain. But again, here in East Tennessee, which we'll dive into a little bit closer view in just a second, it just doesn't look like we're going to get a ton of activity. The other side of the story is the smoke that you've probably been experiencing and seeing or smelling all weekend long. Well, it looks like the smoke's going to be with us again today. We've got large fires in Canada and across the Pacific Northwest, and that is dumping a lot of smoke or spreading a lot of smoke across the country. And so, yeah, we're going to have another hazy day because it's going to be sunny. You're really going to notice the haziness. So all day sunshine, a couple of fair weather cumulus afternoon clouds. That should be about the extent of it. Lunchtime temperatures will be in the mid 80s. Forecast high temperatures a little bit warmer. We're going to be in the low 90s. But yes, dew points are going to stay in the 70s. So 60s and 70s anyway. So we will have those heat index values pushing the mid to upper 90s to low 100s. So it is going to be a hot day. And as the kids go back to school, of course, more kids heading back to school today. Got band practices and outdoor events and all these practices going on. Coaches and parents, something to keep in mind. The heat stress will increase to the high category and shaded in red, moderate category in yellow. So we are going to have a little bit more heat stress throughout the day today. But it is going to be a nice, mild, muggy evening. I don't know about you. Yesterday was a nice evening to sit out on the back porch. We did some grilling last night. 92 degrees by 6 feels like 99. We dropped down to 80 degrees by 10 o'clock here tonight. But when you look at our rainfall chances, really lackluster in the rainfall department through most of the week. And again, subject to change Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday time frame, depending on what Debbie does. But it definitely doesn't seem like Debbie's going to do much for us when it comes to rainfall, which I don't know about you, but I'm okay. So again, a closer view of our rainfall outlook over the next 3, 5, and 7 days. The best chance of seeing any sort of shower activity or storm activity is going to be across the mountains of East Tennessee, North Carolina. The further west you are from the mountains, the less rain you'll see. The closer to the mountains, probably the better chance for rain. And again, this is all dependent on Debbie. So temperature-wise, remember we got a cold front swinging its way through. So that cold front comes through on Wednesday. That's going to drop our temperatures to those seasonal averages, upper 80s as we get into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Dew points will drop a little bit as well towards the end of the week, so a little bit of drier air settling on in. So the beginning of the week is going to be on the hot side with heat index values pushing over 100 degrees, and then we'll probably not deal with much of a heat index value as we get into our Saturday and Sunday timeframe. And if Saturday and Sunday are presented like this, like it did yesterday, it's going to make for an amazing weekend. So check in on Debbie. By the way, we'll highlight that, and I'll show you what you can do with the East Tennessee Weather app, because you can turn it on the National Hurricane Center's tropical tracks. You can turn on spaghetti tracks, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, how there's so many unknowns with this system. That's coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and say good morning to everyone, see how everybody's doing this morning, and see how the weekend was. How was the weekend? Was it a good weekend? Did you enjoy it? Layla, how are you doing? Yeah, the rain has stopped, she says. Yes, the rain has stopped. It's been nice, hasn't it? Good morning, Mike, and I miss you on the weekends. I'm all over Facebook on the weekends. Oh, so now you want me to go back and broadcast live on the weekends? Is that what you're saying, Kimberly? Let's see. Katrina, did you get out on the boat this weekend? Hopefully you had a chance to do that. So Brent is a Witcher weather watcher, and it's crazy that, the video that he was sending me of like how beautiful it was in the morning and how conditions really deteriorated throughout the day today, or throughout the day yesterday, I should say. My grass was very thick to mow, but you got it done. Nice. Little Witcher's Adventures. The wife and I celebrated our 16-year anniversary. You probably saw that all over social media. We went to a new restaurant in downtown Knoxville called Fiore. It was amazing. Cool environment. Very, very, very much of an Instagram kind of a place. Cool decorations and stuff to be Instagrammable. Food was amazing. So our 16-year tradition has been lobsters or crab. I usually go and purchase them, and we cook them at home. And then over the years, when we had kids and it was harder to take care of kids when they were babies and do lobster, we switched it over to crab. And so we just kind of go back and forth, but we decided to go out and they have an amazing lobster roll. So if you like lobster rolls, they have an amazing classic Maine lobster roll. And I grew up going back to Maine and eating lobster rolls like my entire life, especially, well, more so as a kid. And yeah, hands down, probably one of the best local lobster rolls I have ever had. So good, big shout out to Fiore. Great food, great environment, great service there as well. So we enjoyed that night. Then yesterday we took the kids out. A couple of the families and us took the kids out, and we went paddleboarding on a beautiful. I mean, we haven't been able to get out and do so much paddleboarding recently, and you know, summer's winding down. The kids go back to school this week. At least my kids do, and so it was nice to get out on the water. And then we just grilled some hot dogs in the backyard, and we sat in the backyard last night. And that's what I'm saying. It was just such a pleasant evening around town. Just felt really good outside. Hopefully you had a chance to enjoy that. Let me talk about the app for a second, because if you open up your app and go down to the interactive radar and click on that, okay? Click on the interactive radar. You go to the top right-hand side of your screen and the cog wheel. You click on that little cog wheel, and then you click on overlays. That will take you to you can get your tropical storm track, but you can get your spaghetti model. So what I'm going to do here, I'll just show you the tropical track first. So, is it going to show the tropical track? It's not showing the tropical track. Maybe it just has to load. Let's see if it shows the spaghetti. It's probably not going to show the spaghetti plots. See, things I should do before. Yeah, there's the spaghetti plot. Oh, they just showed up. Where'd they go? They're there. All right, so those are called spaghetti models. See all those little wiggly, squiggly lines? Those are all hurricane models, okay? So different ones have different inputs, have different calculations, and algorithms to pinpoint what's going on now, what the environment looks like, and where the storm could go. Well, you can clearly see it is all over the place. Some bring it over to East Tennessee. So a lot of them take it out into the Atlantic Ocean right by Savannah, Georgia. And then, so kind of curves up towards Savannah, Georgia. Charleston kind of skirts out into the Atlantic, hanging on to that very warm, moist water. Some take it back towards Columbia and into North Carolina. Some bring it all the way almost back to East Tennessee. And so that's why I said, if the rainfall could drastically change here this week based on what Debbie does. Now, it does seem like the most model indications keeps it far to our east, which means we probably don't get a whole lot of rain. But something to keep in mind. And again, if you look at the tropical track from the National Hurricane Center, see if this posts. It's not going to post. I don't know why it's not posting. But anyways, and again, when you look at it, you can do past 2 hours, current, and then here's your future cast of 2 hours of how that storm's going to play out. And this is just one model guidance of how that storm could play out. So a great tool there to check in on if you are interested in the tropics. All right. Good morning, Aaron. How are you? I like your new Facebook profile pic. Good choice. Pretty awesome. What's up, Rick Green? How are you this morning, bud? Let's see what else we got going on here. You mowed your house. Lance mowed our house. You mowed your house? Hopefully he didn't mow the house. Then you don't have a house left. Sorry. How was the convention, Felicia? Was it a good convention? Wasn't like Horror Con or something like that? Scary Con or something. Every day, Kimberly, every day. You know it. What's up, Esther? How are you this morning? 68 degrees in Washburn this morning. Have a great day. I hope you have a great day as well. Marilyn's joining us. Good morning, Marilyn. Got some newbies on here this morning. What's up, Tom? Oh, boo. Betty, I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully, are you feeling better this morning? Boo. That's a big old... Right, Chris? That's a big old wah-wah. Yeah, we all hope you're feeling better. Oh, yay! Felt more like yourself, huh? Surgery was 3 weeks ago already. Has it already been 3 weeks, Layla? Oh, man, time just flies by, doesn't it? Ooh, you had a crab boil on Saturday. Ooh. Crab boils are good. I do like crab boils. We almost, because we couldn't find king crab leg. So we were going to do king crab leg because my kids like to get involved a little bit now with our anniversaries. Now they like crab, and so now the price goes up because now everybody has to get crab, right? And we couldn't find any. We found some Dungeness crab. Have you ever had Dungeness crab? I've never had Dungeness crab, not that I can think of anyways. So we were looking up. So we almost went and bought Dungeness crab and then did our crab at home, which we've done, which we typically do. But the wife and I said, you know what? We need some time away. So we're going to go out to dinner. And when she happened to find this place and they happened to have, she saw that they had lobster rolls. And so we could go, she's like, we can go there, get lobster rolls. I said, done. And so they're expensive, but I don't think, I mean, Tom, you were just in Maine. I think you said 35 to $45 for a lobster roll in Maine. That's how much they were here. So nothing out of the ordinary. $35 for a normal one, $45 for an overstuffed one. And for the extra $10, I mean, I didn't see what the normal one looked like, but the overstuffed, yeah, I was stuffed afterward. It was good, though. It was good. Oh, no, Jennifer says, thank you, I'm trying. Oh, no, what's going on? I missed part of that. I have taken shelter away from home because your road is flooded. Are you talking about here in East Tennessee, Jennifer? Or did I miss something? Let's see, maybe I missed something. Oh, I'm in North Florida and we are getting hammered by Debbie. Okay, this is what she says. I'm in North Florida getting hammered by Debbie. Mel says, stay safe. She says, thank you. I'm trying to have taken shelter away from my home because my road is flooded. Oh, man, that's crazy. Jennifer says, I'm already planning on being away from home through today. We're under 10 weather alerts. There are a lot of weather alerts. You can get all those alerts, by the way, through the East Tennessee weather app. So if you, again, go back to the app and you click on overlays, just click on all alerts. So if I click on that and I go back to the page, look at all those alerts. Yeah. Woo! Lots of alerts going on, from hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings, to hurricane warnings, to flooding concerns. So all the way up into Augusta, Georgia, South Carolina, we've got aerial flood watches. So it is going to be a mess down there for sure. So you're under 10 of them. But thanks for the report. I appreciate that. Yeah, it ain't going to be good, is it, Buck? Especially if that thing stalls out. If that thing stalls out, it is just going to cause insult to injury. I mean, a lot of times when they start to scoot up the eastern seaboard, the upper level jet stream pattern will pick it up and it scoots it faster. So while they're creeping along at about 10, 30 miles per hour, whatever it may be, a lot of times they'll start racing 40, 50 miles per hour up the eastern seaboard. And so that mitigates the flood concerns. Sure, they're going to see it, but it mitigates it quite a bit due to the fact that it's moving at a good clip. But if it stalls out, it's not going to be a good thing. CreepyCon, that's what it's called. Happy belated birthday to AJ and Mel. Nice. Love birthdays. Ben, did you have a good day? You messaged me, didn't you? Saturday rain stayed away until the last 30 minutes we were there. That's awesome. It was kind of hit and miss, wasn't it? But some good solid downpours. Not everyone got it, but some good solid downpours. What's up, Jorge? How are you, bud? Amen to that, sir. Let's make it count. Let's make every day count, right? Ooh, 21 Days of Prayer started this morning at 6 a.m. at City Hills Church on Kirby Road. Almost 500 people this morning. That's awesome, Buck. That is awesome. Oh, yeah, Jeep Invasion. Is that coming up this weekend? Jeep Invasion this weekend? Or is it a couple weekends away? Maybe we can find ourselves a Jeep before Jeep Invasion weekend. I found a couple good ones recently, Tom. Just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Then again, my buddy's like, do you really want to buy a $4,500 CJ5 or 7? I said, yeah, I do. He goes, why? You're going to end up working on that thing all the time. I said, well, I got a good friend, Tom, who's going to work on it for me. Right, Tom? Because I don't know anything about cars. Oh, let's see. Let me share something with you. Not quite done yet. Almost done. We still have to get hooks up, but I will share a couple photos and then we'll get to dancing. How about that? Then we'll start dancing. Anybody want to start dancing? So remember, I've been working on those built-ins, right? So here is what they kind of look like now. We've got some boxes and stuff. So yeah, not fully cleaned up yet. Well, I got a better picture for you. I have a better picture. No, I don't. That's the only picture I have. Anyways, so I've sealed all up the holes from the screws. Obviously, I still have some stuff, touch-up paint, but we've got all these bends at the bottom. Those are all for the shoes. And then, of course, stuff at the top for like winter coats and jackets and gloves and stuff like that that can be put away for a little bit. But kind of turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. Then we got a new piece. A friend of ours is moving, and so we got a new piece in the house for some other stuff. You know, this is a cute picture. My kids fit inside of it. Isn't that funny? Let's see if we can get all that. There we go. So they fit in it. That's how big they are. They fit inside. They're big. They're big for sure. All right. So I'll share a couple of pictures from the date night. That's my wife, Janelle, and I. And so we went and took a picture here because we took photos when we were engaged. We took photos on those same train tracks. I don't know if I have, maybe I do. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to get them. I was going to say, I thought I was going to be able to share with you some photos from our engagement right there. So we decided, since we went to dinner right there, we decided to take a nice little photo, of course, on the train tracks. And then we went, on the way home, we went and went somewhere else to just hang out for a little bit longer. We weren't ready to go home. So there was this big old booming thunderstorm behind us. And I was like, of course, leave it to the weatherman. I was like, we got to take a photo from there. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome photo. And then for just to make your lips water a little bit, here's that lobster roll. Tom, don't you miss those lobster rolls, bud? That's so good. So good. Yeah. Lots of good stuff going on. Those were Witcher's Adventures. You know what time it is. All right, Kimberly, this one's just for you. That was terrible. Terrible. Don't let me do that again. Let's get our dance on, my friends, shall we? Let's take a look at. There's only 3 national holidays to talk about today. National Oyster Day. I can get on board with that. Get on board with that. National Work Like a Dog Day. That's what we do here at East Tennessee Weather. Work like a dog. Let's see what that's about. On August 5th, National Work Like a Dog Day urges us to charge forth and meet every challenge we face. However, if you look to your dog for direction, you may be confounded. Anyways, National Work Like a Dog Day. And it's National Underwear Day. I don't know, if it's just us or if your kids were like this too. My kids just don't like to wear underwear. Like, guys, you got to wear underwear. I don't have to. That's what I say to them. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. That's all we got. What are national holidays today? No problems on the interstate this morning, which is good news. Of course, this view right here, in about 1 week, will be drastically changing. Remember that summertime morning commute's usually typically light, but as the school season gets back into session, it obviously gets a lot busier. Did you like that, Aaron? Or Kimberly? Oh, you love Dungeness crab, huh? It's your fave? So I'll have to try it. It's only $12 a pound compared to like $80 a pound for king crab legs, and a $45 lobster roll. I'll try. I've heard it's like a little bit more buttery, a little bit sweeter, but so is king crab. And so kind of when you get used to king crab, it's like, I don't know. Maybe I should give it a try, shall we? My friend Dave is in Florida, said 80-mile-per-hour winds and buckets of rain. Yes, indeed. It's nasty down there, isn't it? It is nasty. I'll show you the radar. Looks like we've made landfall, my friends. Since we've been talking, here's a loop over the last hour. There's Debbie. Debbie's made landfall. Looks like right in where? Cross City, Fanning Springs. So I'll show you where that. Let's see if I can find it right here. This is where. So still getting the rain where Brent was. Right down here somewhere is where Indian Rock Beach, I think he said. Right there. I don't know if it shows up on here. But that's where he is, right in there somewhere. So we're probably still getting some outer bands, but this storm, it's been a pretty quiet hurricane season so far, at least in the Atlantic, thanks to a lot of Saharan dust. But things kind of ramped up pretty quickly with that. What's up, Jerry? How are you this morning? Oh, you did? I'll have to check that out. Let's see if there's any photos on Witcher's pictures. Maybe there are some photos on here that we should be sharing. Oh, nice tattoo. What is that, a possum? I shouldn't say that. Here's the new tattoo from... was that Mel? Was that Mel? Was that you said that? I think that's what you said. Who said that? Anyways. Not Mel. This is Christy. No, Felicia. That's Felicia. Oh, that makes sense. Love it, Felicia. Felicia's new tattoo. So here's some storm pictures. Becky McQueen, double rainbow over Boyd's Creek on the 3rd. Remember we had those storms moving through? This is a cool picture from Miss McQueen. From Becky McQueen. We also had some pretty cool storm clouds. Edge of Bainbury, some pretty cool storm clouds there. Quit moving there, Witcher. Quit moving that. Here's one from Jana Bray and Kodak. About 40 minutes ago, this was on 8/3, so August 3rd. Ooh, that is a cool shelf cloud. Look at that. That's amazing. That was in Boyd's Creek. Had another double rainbow. This picture was sent in by Barb Miller. Barb from Townsend. Barb killing it with that one. Here's a great one. Dwayne Foister this evening in the smoky sunset over downtown Madisonville. This is an amazing photo. Woo! Look at that. Dwayne, you have outdone yourself. I haven't seen him on the chat here recently, but man, he came to the meet and greet when we first had one. And that's a great photo. That's about all we got this morning. Good photos, good conversation, great dancing, of course, and great Witcher's adventures. Great. Hopefully you've had some good adventures here as well. By the way, it's 7:30 this morning. And I think we're just about done here for the day. I sure hope you have a great day. We'll wrap things up here this morning. We're back at it this week. Are you ready for your kids to go back to school if you have kids that aren't in school yet? I don't know about you, but I am. Remember I showed you on Friday what my son had designed for my glasses? A little glasses holder. Well, he hung it up in the studio right back there next to the light switch. So when I leave the studio, I can put my glasses there. When I come back in, I can put my glasses, grab them again. So he hung that up for me. It was great. So glad he did. Really adds a little element to the studio. Proud of that kid for just getting creative. Anyway, speaking of being proud of the kids, I'm proud of that they're going back to school on Thursday for a half day, full day on Friday. Did all the school shopping. I don't know about you, but if you were out and about this past weekend doing some shopping, it was busy around town. It just felt like extra busy, and I don't know if that was just everyone getting ready for kids going back to school shopping and whatnot. A little extra busy, I felt like it was this weekend. But hey, that's okay. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope you make the best of the day today. Just be thankful that we don't have a tropical storm or hurricane moving into our area, at least as of right now. Thoughts and prayers to the folks being affected by the storm over the next 5 to 7 days. It's going to be about a week or so. And of course, check in with the East Tennessee Weather app and your daily forecast updates. I'll be updating you on the latest information from the National Hurricane Center there. And this morning's Wake Up with Witcher was sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance. So again, if you're looking for new insurance, check them out. If you missed any of the forecast at the beginning, of course, I always send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Go smash and subscribe that like button on YouTube. Like and share what you see on social media. It really helps the platform out to broadcast to everybody. We're going to leave you with that today. Happy Monday. Have a great day. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning, of course, on social media throughout the day. See you soon.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great Monday, everybody. Sure hope you had a great weekend. It was nice to see, a 50-50 weekend. Yesterday turned out to be a beautiful day, actually. We topped out solid average day for most locations, 88 in Knoxville, 92 in Chattanooga, and 86 degrees in the Tri-Cities area. So definitely a solid average day. When you look at the numbers observed so far this month, we've had 2 above average days, and we've had 2 basically average days so far. But when it comes to rainfall, remember on the first day of the month, we had a record daily rainfall, and in just one day, picking up half of our monthly rainfall on average. And so right now we're sitting at 2.3 inches of rain, and our average for the month is 3.6. Now, it's not like we're looking at a huge week of wet weather per se, but we are talking about a lot of wet weather across the southeastern U.S. We've got tropical storm Debbie that's going to continue to make landfall here and push its way into southern Georgia. This is one of the Witcher weather watchers. He's down at Indian Rocks Beach in Florida. This is south of Tampa, so not a direct impact from but he said conditions went downhill quickly throughout the day, and a rough, angry seas with some of those outer bands from Debbie causing a ruckus down just south of Florida. But of course, it's going to be a bigger mess across parts of Florida into Georgia, South Carolina, and the southeastern U.S. So here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. This was updated at 5 o'clock this morning. There's a huge cone of uncertainty because a lot of the models have it just kind of wobbling and lingering across the southeast, which was not going to be good news because that's going to continue to pile up the rain. Watch this future cast. We'll take you over a couple of days anyways. You can see how that moves its way inland, showers and thunderstorms, heavy rain, tropical system, may meander kind of back out into the Atlantic and then maybe meander back into the on land. But either way, it's going to have access to that very warm moisture source and water, and that's going to continue to pile up the rain. As I mentioned, over the next 3 days, look at all the rainfall expected from Florida through Savannah, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, into Morehead City. As this storm system over the next 5 to 7 days continues to lift its way northward, the rain goes with it. But what I want you to notice is the strong delineation between the heaviest rain over into the Carolinas and not much here in East Tennessee. So it all kind of depends on the track of Debbie. Where Debbie goes really depends on how much rain we will actually see. By the way, did you see and experience or smell the smoke at all this past weekend? Well, we still have smoke in the air. And actually throughout the day today, we're still going to deal with some smoke. So keep that in mind, some hazy conditions, even though it will be mostly sunny. Speaking of your forecast, let's go ahead and talk about that. 86 degrees by the lunch hour. So a beautiful day across town. We are going to be a little bit hotter today than what we were yesterday. High pressure is kind of nosing its way into the area, so we're going to be in the low 90s. Heat index values due to dew points being in the 70s will still climb into the upper 90s to low 100s. So it is definitely going to be a hot day. So therefore, we're back to school. A lot of kids going back to school, outdoor activities and sports. The heat stress will be on the high side for many locations around town thanks to the sunshine and the hot, muggy weather that we will experience. So something to keep in mind. All right, looking ahead from our forecast for the next couple of days, we will continue to see a nice, quiet, but muggy evening here around town. As we head to look at our rain chances, not really looking at much rain chances. So it looks like we're going to stay mainly dry. The 10% would be for the mountains of East Tennessee. And that's where I think that we have a better chance over the next 3, 5, and 7 days of seeing some decent rain. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be up at the national park, if you live in the mountain counties. The further west you are for the mountains, the less rain chances you will have over the next 7 days. Here are your temperatures. We're going to stay toasty all the way through Thursday. Then a cold front's going to swing through. That's the one that's going to be kind of pushing Debbie along the eastern seaboard. So that will drop our temperatures into the upper 80s. And dew points, well, they're going to stay on the higher side. May start to dip a little bit next Saturday and Sunday into the mid to upper 60s, which would be really nice if that were to take shape. But our heat index values for most of the week will be in the 90s to low 100s. Now, I don't think we'll deal with much of a heat index value as we get into the weekend, thanks to our dew points dropping and our temperatures dropping as well. So every single day, stay in the know with the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a free app download. Just go to your app store and search East TN Weather, all one word. You can get your tropical tracks on there, spaghetti models. You get your daily forecast weather updates, dates, access to the only 24-hour weather channel here in town, and an amazing interactive radar if and when you need it, giving you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours. We sure hope you have a great day. Your next weather update's coming up today at noon. We'll see you then.